Hello, welcome to AM Whiskey Reviews. I am your host, Ben Rosenthal, and when I promise something, I deliver. This is Chivas Regal Scotch Whiskey, not vodka, but whiskey. Now, I know it's a small bottle, but don't judge things that come in small packages. Napoleon was a very small man, certainly packed a punch. Uh, Charlie Manson, well under 5'6", certainly powerful. And you don't know that I am not doing some kind of low res version of Gulliver's Travels here, and this is actually a standard 750-ounce, or sorry, ounce. Jesus, that would be a lot. 750 milliliter bottle. You do not know. Maybe this bottle is full size and I am just gigantic, which would mean the kitchen behind me would be even more enormous. I mean, how would that even work? But you don't know. Let's not judge that. Now, how did I manage to procure this whiskey? Well, you've heard about my friend Wojtek, who occupies a bench on Father Papayuska Square down the street. Now, we have to change the tense on that. He occupied a bench. He unfortunately has been deported. Now, this would seem to be a very unfavorable development in Wojtek's life, but mind you, Wojtek was actually, in fact, flattered. He was just happy that somebody even knew he existed enough that they would want to deport him. Uh, it sort of, if anything, it reminded him that he was alive because quite literally there would be many times during the week where Wojtek was unsure if he was alive. When you are that inebriated, you are sort of in and out of a kind of uh, of the cognition that would make you aware if in fact you are uh, breathing or not. Uh, so, but he did bequeath something to me upon his deportation. Now, when he left, I did discover a jar, okay, that was next to the jar that he used to, say, expel the contents of his bladder, sometimes the contents of the other one, in a somewhat manicured part of in the greenery and the shrubs in the back of the park. And next to the sort of effluent jar was another jar that contained $2.63 in it. And that was to go to me. That was earmarked to me, to yours truly. And he left a note. Wojtek left a note. Now, you will notice that this appears to be almost pretty much illegible. And I frankly thought it was Polish when I first saw it. It turns out this is just what Wojtek's handwriting looks like after 7 or 8 full bottles of vodka. It says, "Dear Benz," plural, but more than one of me, evidently. "I leave money to you for show, so you can be happy and have whiskey. Yours, Wojtek. P.S. Don't fuck my sister." All right, well, first of all, I had no idea that he had a sister. And you learn something new every day. I don't know if she has her own bench or if in fact she's living in tonier quarters. I do not know. But now I'm intrigued actually. Telling me not to sleep with your sister is like telling me not to think about monkeys. I mean, suddenly I've got monkeys on vines. They're just sorry, Wojtek, but in any case, thank you for the whiskey. Now, I'm confess I did get a head start on it, uh, on the Chivas Regal 12, uh, And I can tell you that it has retained its quality. This is a drink I associate with the 1960s. Just this was the sort of scotch that if it was at your table, you were at the big table. You were Don Draper. You got the best whiskey, and single malt hadn't really made its way here. This was the stuff. You were riding in style, and it has a lot of that sort of mod period Barca Lounger. I mean, I'm getting a fair bit of Barca Lounger. I'm getting some Naugahyde. I'm getting who was the actress? It was Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar and a Naugahyde Barca Lounger. Maybe some tiki glasses. Maybe this is coming out of one of those tiki bottles that the father in The Graduate used to pour his liquor from. Uh, uh, the Catherine Ross's father, Anne Bancroft's husband, not Dustin Hoffman's father in the movie. Um, so I'm getting that. I'm getting like Trini Lopez and Laughin, Ruth Buzzy, those kind of notes. Uh, what would I pair this with? I would pair this with uh, a night on the town with Telly Savalas. Uh, you know, Pre Kojak Telly Savalas. Uh, he's just slinging his arm out at everybody he meets. He's like, "Hail, fellow, well met. How you doing, baby?" I mean, make him sound like Frank Sinatra, but he's Telly Savalas, and he's bald, and he's Greek, and very charismatic. He played a psychopath in The Dirty Dozen. But maybe you're at the premiere of The Dirty Dozen, and it's you and Telly, and you're passing the same whiskey glass back and forth. You know, um, mm, yeah, you're having like a good, very suffused homoerotic moment with Telly Savalas. I mean, you're not going to act on it because neither one of you really have deep impulses in that direction. But there's something about this particular fellowship. Maybe you've been to the premiere of the Dirty Dozen. You're like, wow, Telly, you were a psycho up on that screen. You big that fucking nose of yours, man. It was 50 feet high. And now the whiskey, I'm feeling a great sense of warmth. Let's go to Grauman's Chinese Theater. We'll get some lo mein. Uh, we'll get uh, we'll get some wonton soup. I'll send a bottle of this over to not Anne Bancroft, Anne Margaret. I'll send a bottle of this to Anne Margaret. Maybe she'll come over and sit on my lap. Then she'll sit on your lap. It'll be sort of unseemly, but we're sort of canoodling. Just a night like that. Um, Real 60s canoodling with Telly Savalas and Anne Margaret, uh, wrapped up in a kind of, uh, like we've gone down some weird sort of like, we're like going through a homoerotic wormhole in in some 60s vision of space with Telly Savalas and Anne Margaret and me and maybe a dog. Maybe for some reason there's a dog in there. Why not Benji or no, Herbie the Love Bug? That car is in there. Um, I mean, let's just throw in the kitchen sink. Okay, so there's Herbie, the love bug is in there. Some dog, I don't know which dog, but there's a dog in there. And Margaret's in the wormhole. I'm in the wormhole. Telly Savalas, you know, uh, he charges rent for the wormhole because he's Telly Savalas. He's the man. Um, this is this is this is what this whiskey should be paired with. I mean, and it's eminently doable. I don't see any reason why you couldn't arrange uh, to have that scenario play itself out. Um, all right. In any case, that's my review for the morning, and thank you, Wojtek. If I knew any Polish, I would, what would I say? I would say something in Polish to you about, well, I hope you return, and I hope that when you do return, uh, that you don't knock on my door asking for the money because I don't know that I will have it by then. Uh, but in any case, thank you, Wojtek. The whiskey thanks you. The viewers thank you. And Nostrovia. I think, do you say Nostrovia in Polish? I don't know. All right. Over and out.